Previously on Renegade.
Hold on, I'm here.
What you know about Dixon is just the tip of a real bad iceberg. I think Dutch is gonna burn me.
Six killer buy the story. Don't get crazy, please.
You know, this man has been haunting my every waking moment for the past 2 years.
Look at this. 5-figure reward, huh?
Welcome to hunting season.
Howdy, neighbors.
Pull over! Do it now! Game's over, Dutch.
So long.
Raines, look. For the love of God, will you just listen? Will you listen?
I don't give a damn! I know you have evidence that can clear me. Bickford told us before you shot him. You can keep yourself alive a little bit longer if you dig it up and give me something I can use to clear my name.
I'm gonna pay you back.
Not for a while, is my guess. Inside.
So the whole thing is all a setup.
You and I have an appointment I've been waiting 2 years to keep. End of the line.
I always knew it would come down to this, Dutch.
How'd it happen?
Kiss off!
Hit him with a tracker.
That's it, he's here. We'll get him. Reno Raines, you're under arrest for the murder of Sergeant Buzzy Burrell.
He was a cop and good at his job, but he committed the ultimate sin and testified against other cops gone bad. Cops that tried to kill him, but got the woman he loved instead. Framed for murder, now he prowls the Badlands, an outlaw hunting outlaws, a bounty hunter, a renegade.
I'm R.W. Thackeray. You must be Robert's sixth killer.
Where have you been? This thing starts in 10 minutes.
You get my standard contract?
Well, yes, I did. I haven't had a chance to take a look at it, but I'm sure everything's fine. Everything's okay. Your office was wired to retainer this morning.
That's why I showed up. Now, here's the deal.
I have a lawyer-client confidentiality with Mr. Raines. Just because you're buying the dinner doesn't mean you get to sit at the table. Understood?
Miss Thackeray.
Thack.
All right, Thack. You're a powerhouse attorney. I understand. I'm not here to backseat drive, but I'm no little beaver. I'm here to help you get him off.
Let's not set our sights too high, Mr. Six Killer.
If I can keep Reno Raines from taking 2,000 volts of Edison medicine, then I'll feel like I earned my money.
Well, I'm hoping for a little more from you. And I do know my way through the legal system, so... It's my thing. I'll meet you on the inside later.
R.W. Thackeray. She is the best. Six killer's not messing around.
So, Bobby, any of this stuff made in Taiwan?
Sounds like you're gloating, Dutch.
You know what bothers me is I never could get you for harboring a fugitive. But we're still in early innings and I might get lucky.
Yeah, well, you may get unlucky. I know you're behind the murder of Buzzy Burrell. And we're gonna prove it.
He's bound to bring that up in open court. Could get people asking questions.
Yeah, except this thing isn't gonna go to trial.
So what do I call you? R.W. or Miss Thackeray?
Suit yourself. Here, why don't you sign both of these and initial in the 2 circled places while I get your booking sheet information in front of me.
Assignment of literary and film rights? What, are we making a movie?
Mr. Raines, I assume you know who I am.
Oh, yeah. You represented Anton Delavu. I arrested him when I was still on the force.
I don't remember you.
Maybe because both my attitude and my hair were neatly trimmed.
Would you sign the sheets, please?
We're not going to get along too well, are we, Miss Thackeray?
Well, now that depends if you're looking for friendship or representation.
I'm not looking for quite this much attitude.
Sign the papers, Reno. Believe me, you're giving away something you can't use unless I get you off, which is about as remote as Russian poetry.
Trying to keep him in my spirits, huh?
I'm gonna try and pump some smoke into this circus, maybe confuse the evidence, get a hung jury.
Don't you even want to know if I did it?
Sure.
I'm innocent. I was framed.
Glad we got that surprising revelation out of the way.
Miss Thackeray, you're about one sharp remark away from being dismissed as my attorney.
If you're looking for a cheerleader, I'm not interested.
I didn't do it. Let's not brush past that, okay?
It's not important how I feel about your guilt or innocence. What's important is how I make the jury feel. Now, I want to represent you, but it's your choice. Any questions?
Yeah. What does RW stand for?
My parents were flower children. It stands for rainwater. But keep it to yourself. I'm not nuts about it. So if we can continue, I would like to get your statement leading up to the death of Buzzy Burrell.
How in the hell are we gonna kill Reno Raines?
Don't shake us down, Andy.
This guy has a lot of TV heat. It's not like capping some character from the projects.
Let's not forget that file I've got on you, Andy. You've been doing business in there for a long time. You get gawky, a lot of nasty stuff goes to the prosecutor.
It's gonna have to look like a fight.
Okay, I'll double the rate. But it's got to happen before court tomorrow.
Well, what do you think?
We own this guy.
I got him. Go and get some coffee, Lonnie.
Stan, thank God you still work here. I got a bad feeling.
There's a buzz you're gonna get hit tonight, but I got a place they can't get you. Open C6. Welcome to the Nutcracker Suite. It's for psychos and detox cases. Nobody's gonna do nothing with you on candid camera. You don't want to go to breakfast tomorrow. They probably got a party planned there if they miss you tonight. Complain of stomach cramps. They'll take you to the hospital upstairs. We'll figure something else out for later, huh?
Hey, thanks, Stan. I really owe you.
I usually conduct my legal conferences on beds.
Very kinky. We've even got handcuffs. You should do that more.
What?
Smile.
I want to go over some pre-trial motions first, and then we have to work on a plausible alternative theory on who killed Sergeant Burrell.
Miss Thackeray, I'm having a little problem with my accommodations. My cellmates are trying to kill me. Now, I've got some old friends in here, cops I used to ride with. They kept me alive last night, but it won't last.
Okay, we'll get you some police protection.
Well, here's your alternate theory. Lieutenant Dixon was leading that squad of crooked cops I was sent in to uncover. He killed Sergeant Buzzy Burrell to keep him from cutting a deal with me and becoming a state witness. So, cops won't protect me. It's cops that are trying to kill me.
Okay. How about this? We announce to the press that your life is in danger. We implicate Lieutenant Dixon slightly, saying that more will come out during the trial about his motives. That way he can't kill you without making himself look guilty.
Very smooth, Counselor. We'll have to put it in the movie.
I'll settle for the 6 o'clock news. I'm calling on Chief Hansen to guarantee my client's safety while inside city jail.
Are you saying his life is in danger there because he was a police officer?
I wish it were that easy. There are some people in the Bay City Police Department who don't want the world to hear what Reno Raines has to say.
What people in the police department?
Looking for me, Chief?
Perhaps you should ask Lieutenant Don Dixon. And that's all I intend to say at this time.
What's she talking about?
Oh, Raines, he's dirty as a public toilet. He killed Burrell. Now he's pointing the finger at me. Accuse the accuser. It's biblical.
Okay, Dutch. Hear me good. If we lose him in there, if he slips and falls off a second-story tier, or ends up with a dinner fork in his back, I'm coming looking for you and your badge.
How am I supposed to protect him, huh? Cop in the joint's got almost no chance anyway.
Figure something out.
Yeah.
Come on. Warden says you gotta get something to eat.
Not hungry.
Come on, Crash. Let's go. Move it. I said move it!
Get your hand off me!
We're C-block.
Don't hurt him. It's off.
You say you're innocent.
That's right.
Then prove it.
How?
Take a lie detector test.
Not admissible.
They're psychologically valuable. If you pass, we go on the news with it. It'll worry the DA and make him wonder if he's got a solid case.
Close C-block.
If you don't want to, I understand.
Okay. Say I pass this lie detector test. Will you finally believe I'm innocent?
It doesn't matter if I believe you.
It does to me.
No, that's okay. Oh, I really appreciate you guys checking the book and Chief Bell. Yeah. Listen, if there's anything else that I need, I'll give you guys a call back later, all right? Okay, thanks. Bye. Ah! You got anything?
Nope. According to this, Hound Adams was never even on the planet.
Amped out rock and roll cowboy trailing sparks, and we can't find him.
Bobby, if we do find him, how are we going to get him to give up that tape of his brother Hogg saying that Dixon killed Burrell?
Well, it's easy, sis. There's two ways. I can buy it from him, or my personal favorite, I can beat it out of him. Come on, think. I mean, he wasn't abducted by aliens or anything like that. He's got to be dragging a foot somewhere.
Rock and roll cowboy, that's what you called him?
Well, yeah, it's just an expression, sis.
Remember his apartment in Bay City where he and Darlene were shacked up?
Uh-huh.
Well, there were copies of Downbeat magazine all over the place.
Great, let's check with Downbeat magazine and see if we can get an address.
Well, I already did that yesterday. He's not a subscriber.
Sis, what are you bringing this stuff up for then?
Well, he's not a subscriber, but he is a reader. And I was thinking take out a full-page ad, offer him some money to contact us.
You were at the Surf and Sand Motel that night at 8 o'clock?
Yes.
Did you see Hogg Adams?
Yes, I did.
Your statement says that he came through the door, shot your fiancée, Valerie Prentice. Did you return fire?
Yeah. But not right away. I tried to cover it with my body. But it was too late.
Later that night, did you shoot and kill Buzzy Burrell?
I never saw Sergeant Burrell that night.
Anything else, Counselor?
No, that's it.
Good test. All the levels are flat, unequivocal. No lies. I'll sign it and get you a copy.
I'm gonna get this on the early news.
You know, it is possible to beat those machines.
Of course I know that, but I believe you, and I'm happy you passed.
I thought it wasn't important to you whether I was innocent.
You know, most of my clients lie to me. I don't let it upset me because it isn't my job to be their friend, only their advocate. But that doesn't mean I don't enjoy occasionally fighting for a cause that's just.
Well, thank you. Outside of Bobby and Shy, not many people have believed me.
You're welcome, Reno.
$3.
Pleasure doing business with you.
R.W. Thackeray, defense attorney in the Reno Raines murder case, has just requested an early trial date, a strategy suggesting the defense has evidence of Raines' innocence.
Mr. Raines, Rose Woodall, Channel 6, you're pleading innocent, but yet your flight to avoid prosecution would seem to be an indication of guilt.
I ran because I was unable to prove my innocence from a jail cell.
Mr. Raines has passed a lie detector test administered at the jail by county technicians. In this test, among other things, he has stated that Donald Dixon was guilty of criminal acts and was about to be arrested. It was Lieutenant Dixon who framed him to keep from being arrested himself.
What an absurd piece of fiction. And of course you have no evidence to support it.
I'll have the complete results of Reno's polygraph test made available this evening.
Results of mine are available right now.
Your polygraph?
That's right. When I heard Raines had submitted one, I thought maybe I better get one done myself.
Who administered it?
Dale Hatch, the DA's polygraph operator. I have the results right here. States I had no involvement in any criminal activity or in the death of Sergeant Burrell. Excuse me.
I moved like that.
Okay, so how'd you pull it off?
Well, Dale Hatch may be the DA's polygraph operator, but he got a big substance abuse problem, so I traded him a clean polygraph for a clean urine analysis.
Not bad.
We gotta keep Raines from talking.
How are we gonna shut him up? After what the chief told you? We can't kill him.
Oh yeah, we can kill him. We just gotta get somebody who doesn't mind being charged with murder. Rockland do so. Boy, what a mess you've been making of your life, son.
I ain't your son.
White piece of pork and vomit.
Well, see, with an attitude like that, it's no wonder you've been leaving your butt print on cell blocks all over the state.
Man, why don't you wisecrack with somebody who gives a damn?
I don't think you are gonna give a damn once you can get your radiator to stop hissing.
I don't flip for nobody. So take a cab, cop.
So, how's little Rocky Dussault Jr.? What is he, about 8 years old now? Make him about second grade? End of the Dussault line. Probably gonna be standing in the backs of lines. Doing lines.
Shut your mouth about Lil Rock. What you want?
According to this medical file, you got some big problems, Rock. Yeah, leukemia. Untreatable. Things go wrong. They go wrong in bunches, don't they? Yeah, you're gonna die in here. Rocky's out there, nobody to look after him, make sure he gets the good things in life.
And you volunteering, I bet.
Yeah, that could be. But you're gonna have to do something for me first.
You trying to make a point? Make it!
There's a guy in here named Reno Raines.
And?
Well, if Reno was to get suddenly dead, that might be real lucky for a little Rocky.
How lucky?
$100,000 worth. Of course, you gotta do it in front of witnesses. Stand still for the murder beef. But I figure you're gonna die of the cancer before your case gets out of the appellate court, so it makes no difference for you. For little Rocky, it gives him a whole new life.
100 large. You ain't got that kind of money. Nobody pays in advance. What's the catch?
Well, this money is from a robbery, so if you use it, it's gonna get confiscated. But in 4 years, it falls out of the federal computer. By then, I figure you're nothing but a Sunday prayer. But little Rock, what, he's 11, 12 years old. Prime gang bait. Well, this money, you know, it could buy him a private school education, maybe send him to college. But if you double-cross me, your boy gets hit by a city bus. So what's it gonna be?
You get me into his cell. I'll take care of everything else.
I'm starting to see double. My dad had long hair like you. He called himself Robin, after the bird. My mother named herself Free. We lived in various communes. We moved a lot, so I never had any steady friends.
So Rainwater became RW and went on a quest for organization.
I want to feel things, but I'm scared to let go.
It's okay to be afraid.
I'm not sure fear is such a good feeling for a lawyer. Wear the suit tomorrow. Look neat, pull your hair back, and I want you to look at the jurors.
I thought the defendant isn't supposed to stare at the jury.
I want them to see your eyes. You have beautiful eyes.
Who are you?
I'm your new cellmate, Holmes.
You're in my bunk, man.
Listen, everything in this joint is on loan. Take the top.
I don't know why you're in here, but I gotta tell you something in case you got any ideas.
What's that?
I'm a light sleeper. I got 3 black belts and I kill on reflex. So if you don't move fast around me, give me lots of room, we'll get along just fine.
You want to scare me to death.
Just information, Holmes.
So Bay City Internal Affairs had notified you that there was an undercover officer recruited from San Diego working in your division to find criminal activity committed by officers in Bay City. Is that substantially correct?
No, that's exactly correct.
Did that alarm you?
Well, I wouldn't say I was alarmed. If any of my officers were involved in committing crimes, of course I'd want them brought to justice.
Were you aware that Reno Raines was that undercover officer?
No, but Sergeant Burrell came to me and told me that he'd been solicited by a biker to commit murder contracts. I told him to go ahead and play along.
What happened next?
Well, about 2 days later, Sergeant Burrell called me. He seemed very frightened. He told me that the biker was named Reno Raines and that he was a San Diego rogue cop and that they'd set up a phony murder contract for $100,000 and he was afraid that if he didn't go through with it, that Raines would kill him.
Could Sergeant Raines have been saying this to catch Burrell?
No, because that would have been pure entrapment. And Burrell thought that he was dead serious, that he wanted to commit the murder. So I told him to meet me at a beach motel called the Surf and Sand.
What happened?
Well, when I got there, I saw Raines leaving in a sedan at a high rate of speed. I went into the motel room and I found Buzzy Burrell, dead, with a gun at his feet. That gun later turned out to be Reno Raines' backup piece with his fingerprints still on it.
No further questions.
Lieutenant Dixon, your name is Donald, but they call you Dutch Dixon. Why is that?
Objection. Irrelevant.
A man's name or nickname is irrelevant?
Overruled. Answer the question.
Well, I think it's because of my Van Dyke.
Have you heard the expression, doing the Dutch?
Yes.
What does it refer to?
Your Honor, is this really necessary? Is Miss Thackeray going to lead us through a glossary of street slang?
I think its relevance will eventually become clear, Your Honor.
Okay, Miss Thackeray, I'll allow it, but its meaning had better become clear immediately.
Thank you. What does it mean?
Suicide. If somebody commits suicide, you could say he did the Dutch.
Isn't it true, Lieutenant, that early in your career, quite a few of the felons that you were investigating did the Dutch?
Objection. What the hell is this?
He got the nickname Dutch because his fellow officers felt that too many of his investigations ended up in suicide, and that perhaps he was holding court himself and killing them.
I want that stricken, Your Honor. That is unsubstantiated character assassination and absolute fiction. Miss Thackeray has no intention of even trying to prove that.
I have 2 officers who will so testify.
Miss Thackeray, you know better than to try to put innuendo like this into a case, or I'll find you in contempt. Do it again, and you can show up at the jail with your toothbrush. The jury will disregard that entire exchange.
Your Honor, I request a recess. I think Miss Thackeray needs some time to compose herself and reread the book on legal ethics.
We'll adjourn for lunch. I think everybody needs some fresh air. I know I do.
That was very cool.
She can strike it, but they heard it. Of course, I get that wide again, and I'm going to end up in a jailhouse jumpsuit.
I would enjoy the company.
It's the Hound.
From what I saw this morning, Reno is gonna need all the help he can get. And I just happen to have the medicine that can cure him. But it's gonna be very pricey, kids. Very, very expensive.
Yeah. Stop with the backup singing and make your offer.
5 with 5 zeros behind it for the cassette.
$500,000 for a cassette tape?
And if you want my testimony, you can multiply that times 2. $1 million for the whole Hound Adams Get Out of Jail special. And as a bonus, I will bury Dutch Dixon for you.
I'll pay $100,000 up front and $100,000 when you testify.
Oh, all that tells me, Cochise, is that you haven't been in the oven long enough. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
I chased him off.
You guys are both on the early bus to court. You can help Rock with laundry duty till then.
Who put you up to this? Was it Dixon? Go ahead, kill me. I'm dead anyway. Go ahead and kill me. It's the only way my boy stays alive. What the hell are you talking about?
What's this? Get him out of here.
What do you mean when you said you were already dead? that the only way your boy stays alive is if I kill you.
Stay away from me. Got nothing to say to you.
If Dixon puts you up to this, I can get him. I can get him off both of us.
You still think this system works, don't you? Think the guys like us, we got rights, they're good wins. Just like in the movies, man, you're a fool. You're gonna lose to the system. When you get to that big house, you're just gonna be junk on a bunk.
Rain. It ain't about the system, man. Never was. It's about losing yourself.
Okay, where do you want the money sent?
All right. Wire it to my account number 34781, First United Bank, San Diego.
Let me talk to you. Please. Hound, the money's gonna stay in escrow until you show up in the court. I'm not gonna wire you the cash and all of a sudden you skip on me.
Okay. Put the money into escrow, but as soon as I show up, it's unconditionally released, right?
That's the deal.
Okay. Well, as soon as it hits my account, then I will bring my fine self down to court.
Wiring it now.
I met with Lieutenant Dixon and told him that Sergeant Burrell and several other cops were doing contract jobs, both robberies and murders, and that I worked my way into their confidence. They trusted me. I told Sergeant Burrell I was willing to commit murders for cash.
What happened next?
I met with my fiancée, Valerie Prentice, at the Surf and Sand Motel by the beach that night. We were making plans because...
Objection, Your Honor. Is this trip through Mr. Raines' emotional rose garden really necessary?
Your Honor, Reno Raines had chosen to marry, to get out of police work, to lead a more sedentary life. This doesn't square up with what the prosecution is asking you to believe. These are not acts of a man bent on committing criminal conspiracy from behind a badge.
Objection overruled. You may continue, but let's stay on point, Counselor.
So you were at the Surf and Sand Motel. Then what happened?
A man named Hound Adams busted through the hotel room door. I'd arrested him a few months before. I thought he was still in jail. He fired 2 shots at us. Val rose up, and both shots hit her in the chest. I rushed her to the hospital. She was in a coma, and she never woke up. I later heard that Sergeant Burrell was found murdered, and that my backup gun was a murder weapon.
Where was that gun?
I thought it was in my locker in San Diego, 30 miles away. But obviously somebody got it out of there.
Could a police officer from another city get into your police locker in San Diego?
Yeah, we extend lockers to cops on extradites or police officers working across jurisdictional lines. Anybody could have picked the lock.
Then what happened?
I thought I was being framed, so I ran. I felt I needed to be free to prove my innocence.
And Dutch Dixon has been chasing you ever since.
Yeah, he's tried to kill me several times.
Objection. Not in evidence, not relevant to this case, and totally without corroboration.
Will counsel please approach the bench?
I think it's very relevant. Cops are committing crimes in Bay City. A police officer, Reno Raines, is brought in from another jurisdiction to work for internal affairs. He has no prior knowledge of these crimes. He infiltrates and discovers that Sergeant Burrell, who used to be Lieutenant Dixon's partner, is involved. He tells Lieutenant Dixon, and that very night, an ex-con who's supposed to be in jail escapes during a transfer and attempts to kill Raines. I find this all more than a little perplexing, and I think the court should indulge in this line of questioning.
Miss Thackeray, you'll have to confine your questions to the facts in evidence. Let's not wander around anymore into Lieutenant Dixon's background, unless you have more than unsubstantiated allegation.
Your Honor, my case revolves around a plausible alternative theory that Lieutenant Dixon had motive to kill
No, you're
Sergeant...
really off the road here. Beyond that, you're making me mad. I just made a ruling on this. The objection has been sustained.
Exception.
Noted.
Am I going to be allowed to introduce real estate holdings that Lieutenant Dixon owns and can't afford on his salary?
It's not coming in, Counselor. Reno Raines is on trial here, not Donald Dixon. Stick to that, and we're gonna do fine. Let's go.
I'd like to consult with my client.
Okay.
She's shutting me down. If you got this guy Hound Adams, I could really use the help.
Bobby's waiting for him outside. Once he gets here, we'll have to make a few arrangements before he'll testify.
Well, I can ask for a recess.
I don't think that'd be necessary. How you doing, Hound?
Hey, Reno, I'm here to save your skin. You're momentitos away from the goal line. Punta de basto, muchacho.
Your Honor, I'd like to prep this witness.
Hey, look, lady, I've been in a courtroom before. You got like about an hour of my time, and then I got a date with the Isle of Tahiti. So, look, if we're gonna do this, let's do it. I saw Buzzy Burrell murdered by Dutchy Dixon.
I thought your brother Hogg was the one who saw it.
I saw it too. I'm willing to testify it. So, let's get it on.
I'd like to call Hound Adams to the stand. He was put on my witness sheet this morning.
Goodbye.
You solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
The truth is my beacon.
Please be seated and state your name for the record.
Hound Adams, citizen of the world.
Mr. Adams, where were you on Saturday, June 13th, 1992?
I was with my brother Hogg Adams, no middle initial, and we went to the Surf and Sand Motel. He told me he had some sort of business to do there and I should wait for him in the car. But I felt like having a smoke, so I got out of the car and I wandered around back.
And what did you see?
I saw the murder of Buzzy Burrell in Unit 16.
Could you describe that for us, please?
I was looking in one of the back windows and I seen Buzzy Burrell sitting on the bed. No, I didn't know it was him at the time, but so he was sitting there and I was just about to move on when he gets up and he goes to the door. And there's this guy standing there with a gun in his hand and Buzzy starts, you know, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, that kind of thing.
Then what happened?
Well, Buzzy started backing up, and the guy fired, and Buzzy went down. Flat as an accordion solo.
Mr. Adams, is that man in this courtroom?
Yes, ma'am, he sure is.
Would you point him out for us, please?
Sure. Your client, Reno Reigns, the defendant.
What?
Hello, press. I have an exclusive. Hey, Bobby, what's the haps?
What's the haps? That's the question, you little piece of scum.
Oh, slow down, Bobby. Look, I'm a businessman, all right? You and I had a business deal. We're operating in a free market economy. I had a deal that I would testify for you. I testified. It just so happens that I had another deal pertaining to the contents of that testimony. You know, Lieutenant Dixon has substantial assets for a cop. All in all, pretty good day for Hound Adams Incorporated.
I want the tape, Hound.
What tape?
The tape that I'm gonna beat out of you.
Oh, that tape. You mean the tape that's sitting with my out-of-state attorney whose name shall never pass through these lips?
Committing an assault here, Bobby? Mr. Adams, would you like to join me for lunch while the jury's deliberating?
I'd love that. Given the choice of having my teeth kicked in by a large man wearing feathers or dining with one of Bay City's finest, I really think the choice is simple. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to be sticking around for the rest of this trial thing, so guess this is goodbye for now, Tonto. Do you like pasta?
I shouldn't have put him on without prepping him first.
It wouldn't have mattered. He would have told you exactly what you wanted to hear, and then he would have gone up in that stand and done exactly the same thing. He was for sale. Dixon bought him. It's as simple as that.
When I first met you, I didn't think you were who you turned out to be.
Is that a compliment?
I really wanted to win this one. It meant as much to me as to you.
Well, hey, we haven't lost yet. The jury, they could still come in for us.
I don't think so. I'm sorry.
Hey, look. At least we came part way. You're feeling something.
Why do I always find good things in bad places?
Will the defendant please stand? Read the verdict.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant Reno Raines guilty of first-degree murder with special circumstances.
A special circumstances murder conviction makes you eligible for the death penalty. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
The sentencing phase of your trial will occur in 2 weeks. This court is dismissed.
Next, on Renegade.
My name is Reno Raines. There are people in here that want me dead.
Get him out of here!
I took out a $100,000 contract to do a murder.
Who was the target?
You.
Raines! The lawyer's here.
You're innocent, remember? I just need a chance to prove it.
We got a breakout coming up. Might have room at the party for one more. Yeah, check this out, man. Now, do you think that you can fit up in here and hold on here for a long time without falling?
Hey! Let me go!
You'd say anything to stay alive.
Rocket wanted me to get to freedom. You're not gonna deny a man his dying wish, are you?
No, you listen. I'm assuming command of this entire manhunt.